Welcome to Module 5 of the Ethical Hacking Principle course. In this module, we will be looking at web application security risks, focusing on common attacks from the OWASP Top 10. Web applications are frequent targets because they are always accessible and often handle sensitive data, so learning these threats will help you design and test stronger defenses. Web application hacking. Web application hacking is the practice of testing or exploiting web applications to find security weaknesses that could allow unauthorized access, data theft, or disruption of service. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you would be able to 1. Explain web application architecture and common attack surfaces. 2. Identify and exploit injection flaws such as SQL injection, XSS, and command injection. 3. Assess session management and authentication weaknesses and recommend mitigations. 4. Conduct hands-on web application tests in a lab environment and document findings with remediation steps. To hack a web application, you must first understand how it works. At a high level, a web application consists of a client, your browser, and a server. Communication between the two is handled by the HTTPS Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure protocol. The server runs a web application, often powered by a web server like Apache, Nginx, or IIS, and a programming language like PHP, Python, or Java. Injection attacks. Injection attacks are at the top of the OWASP Top 10 for a reason. They are incredibly dangerous and common. They occur when an attacker sends untrusted data to a web application, which is then processed as part of a command or query. Let's look at some of these injection attacks. 1. SQL injection, SQL. SQL is a technique that allows an attacker to manipulate a web application's database queries to access, modify, or delete data. This is possible when the application fails to properly sanitize user input. SQL works when an attacker injects OR1 is equal to 1 into input, so the SQL query always returns true, bypassing authentication. Types of SQL injection. Inbound SQL. The attacker uses the same communication channel to inject the attack and retrieve results. Blind SQL. The attacker cannot see the results of the attack directly, but can infer them based on the application's behavior, e.g., page loading time, or error messages. Out-of-band SQL. The attacker uses a different communication channel to exfiltrate data. Cross-site scripting, XSS. XSS is a client-side attack where an attacker injects malicious scripts into a trusted website. When a user visits the compromised page, the malicious script runs in their browser, allowing the attacker to steal cookies, session tokens, or other sensitive information. XSS works when an attacker injects a script into input fields. If the app does not sanitize it, the script runs in users' browsers. Types of cross-site scripting, XSS. 1. Stored XSS. The malicious script is permanently stored on the target server, e.g., in a database. 2. Reflected XSS. Malicious script is sent in a request and immediately reflected in the server response, e.g., error or search result. 3. DOM-based XSS. The vulnerability is in client-side code. The injected script runs when the browser processes the page DOM. Command injection. Command injection allows an attacker to execute arbitrary operating system commands on the server. This can lead to complete system compromise. This vulnerability typically occurs when a web application takes user input and passes it to a system command without proper validation. Command injection works when an attacker appends shell commands to user input, so the server executes both the intended command and the injected command. Session management and authentication. Once an attacker gains access, they will often try to maintain it by exploiting weaknesses in session management. Types of vulnerabilities under session management and authentication include 1. Cross-site request forgery. Tricks a logged-in user into performing unwanted actions, like changing a password or transferring funds. 2. Broken authentication. Exploits flaws in login or session handling, such as weak passwords or missing MFA. SQL injection lab. Goal: bypass the DVWA login page using a SQL injection attack. The steps to follow are: 1. Open DVWA in Kali by browsing to the Metasploitable 2 IP. 2. Log in with credentials admin a password. 3. Set DVWA security level to low. 4. Navigate to the SQL injection page. 5. Enter the payload or 1 equals 1 hash in the user ID field. 6. Submit the form to bypass login and demonstrate SQL injection. Cross-site scripting, XSS, lab. Goal: execute a simple XSS payload on the DVWA to steal a session cookie. Steps to follow are: 1. Still in DVWA, ensure the security level is low. 2. Go to the XSS reflected page. 3. Enter the following payload into the name field and click. 4. Submit script alert document.cookie script. You should see an alert box pop up with your session cookie. Command injection lab. Goal: execute a system command on the server through a web page. The steps to follow are: 1. Set DVWA security to low. 2. Open the command injection page. 3. Enter the Kali VM IP in the IP field. 4. Append LSL to the IP to chain a command. 5. Submit and view ping output followed by the LSL results. The lab's progress from passive OSINT to active testing, DNS, WHOIS, Google Dorking, map host and service discovery, including NSE, OpenVAS scanning, password hash extraction and cracking, Metasploit exploitation and privilege escalation, then DVWA web attacks, SQLE, XSS, command injection. Summary. In this module, we covered web application security with a focus on OWASP top 10 risks, covering injection attacks, SQLE, command injection, cross-site scripting, session management flaws, and broken authentication. Learners practice exploit techniques and defenses in labs using DVWA to perform SQL injection, XSS, and command injection, then document findings and recommend remediation.